Once upon a time in a faraway Nigerian kingdom called Oluwa land, there lived a young prince named Tunde. Prince Tunde was kind, gentle, and always smiling. Everybody in the kingdom loved him. He was going to be king one day. But guess what? Prince Tunde had a secret. He didn't want to be king. He wanted something else. He wanted love. One sunny morning, Prince Tunde left the big palace and walked into the village. He wanted to feel free, just like the children playing under the mango tree. Then he saw her. A girl named Amara was selling oranges. She wasn't rich. She wasn't royal. But her smile made the prince's heart feel warm, like jollof rice on a cold day. "Hello," said Tunde. "Can I buy some oranges?" Amara looked up and smiled. "Yes, but only if you tell me your name," she said. "My name is Tunji," he said, hiding his real name. They laughed. They talked. And from that day on, they met every morning. Back in the big palace, King Aid was not happy. "Where is my son?" he shouted. "The princess from the next kingdom is coming. He must marry her and become king." But Prince Tunde didn't want to marry the princess. He only wanted Amara. That night, Tunde ran to the river, where he and Amara always met. "I have something to tell you," he said. Amara looked worried. "What is it?" "I am not Tunji," he said. "I am Prince Tunde, and they want me to marry someone else." Amara gasped. Her orange basket fell to the ground. "You're the prince." "I don't want to be king," Tunde said softly. "I just want to be with you." But Amara looked at him, her eyes full of tears. And just then, crescent moon, the drums from the palace began to beat louder. Horses were coming. The king had sent guards to find his son. What will Prince Tunde do? Will he run back to the palace? Or will he stay and fight for love? We'll find out in the next part of the story. Loudspeaker, subscribe to hear the rest of the story soon. Don't forget to like, share, and tell a friend who loves magical stories. The wind blew stronger as the palace guards came closer. Their horses made the ground shake. Amara's eyes were wide. "You must go," she whispered. "If they find you here, they will punish you." But Prince Tunde shook his head. "I don't want to leave you, Amara. You are the only one who makes me happy." He held her hand. It was small, warm, and shaking. The guards reached the village and shouted, "Have you seen the prince? He must return to the palace now." Amara's uncle came out. "There is no prince here," he said. But one of the guards pointed at the ground. "Look! Footprints!" Prince Tunde held his breath. Would they find him? Would they take him away? Amara pulled Tunde into her small house and shut the door gently. They sat close together, hiding in the dark. "I'm scared," said Amara. "Me too," said Tunde. "But I'm more scared of losing you than losing the crown." Amara looked at him with tears in her eyes. Was this really happening? A prince choosing her? Meanwhile, in the palace, King Aid was pacing back and forth. "This is shameful," he shouted. "My son is missing, and the princess is arriving tomorrow." The queen, who was gentle and wise, said, "Maybe our son wants something different. Maybe he wants to choose his own heart." But the king said, "A prince does not choose love. He chooses duty." The next morning, the royal drums beat again. Sun with face, the sun came up, bright and hot. The princess from the next kingdom arrived. Her name was Princess Zina. She was beautiful, but her heart was proud. "Where is the prince?" she asked. "I have come to marry him." But the prince was not there. He was still in the village, with Amara. People in the village started talking. "Why is the prince still here? Will he give up the crown for a girl who sells oranges?" Tunde looked at Amara and said, "Maybe it's time to tell the world how I feel." But just then, something happened. A royal guard stepped out from behind a tree. He had been watching them. "Prince Tunde," he said. "You must come with me. Now." "What will happen next?" Will Tunde return to the palace? Will he lose Amara forever? Or will he find a way to keep both love and the crown? The story is not over. It's only just beginning. Prince Tunde stood up slowly. Amara stood beside him, holding his hand tightly. The royal guard looked serious. He didn't smile. Prince Tunde, he said, your father, the king, has ordered you to come back now. The wedding with Princess Zina is today. Tunde's heart felt heavy. He looked at Amara. He looked at the guard. Then he said, I'm not ready to leave. The guard was surprised. But, my prince, you must come. The king is waiting. The people are waiting. The crown cannot wait. Amara stepped back. She didn't want trouble. She whispered, you should go. But Tunde shook his head. No. I want to speak to my father. I want him to understand. Suddenly, 2 more guards rode in on horses. One of them said, if you don't come with us now, we will carry you. Tunde stood tall. His royal blood gave him strength. I will come, he said quietly, but only if she comes with me. He pointed to Amara. The guards looked at each other. Then they nodded. And so, Prince Tunde and Amara climbed onto a horse. Together. The palace was full of people. The sun was hot, and everyone waited quietly. King Aid sat on his golden throne, with his crown shining like fire. Princess Zina stood beside him, wearing a dress made of red silk. Then, the gates opened. And Prince Tunde walked in, holding Amara's hand. The crowd gasped. The queen saw them and smiled. But the king stood up fast. What is this? He shouted. Who is that girl? Tunde bowed. This is Amara, he said. She is the one I love. Princess Zina stepped back, her eyes full of shock. The room went silent. Even the birds stopped singing. King Aid walked down the royal steps. Step by step. His face was hard. His voice was cold. You brought a village girl to my court. On your wedding day. Tunde looked straight into his father's eyes. Yes, father. Because I must follow my heart. Then the king looked at Amara. He stared at her for a long, long time. And then, he raised his hand and said, what did the king say? Did he shout? Did he smile? Did he send Amara away? Or did he listen to his son? We'll find out in the next part of this beautiful story. Stay tuned, little listener. The prince's choice is only the beginning. The king looked deep into Amara's eyes. She didn't blink. She didn't bow. She stood tall, just like the mango tree in her village. Then the king said in a slow, deep voice, do you know what it means to be queen? Amara nodded quietly. It means to care for the people, not just wear a crown. The queen smiled. She was proud of Amara. Even Princess Zina, who had come from a far kingdom, looked at Amara and said, she has a queen's heart. The king turned to the crowd. This is not the bride I chose, he said. But maybe this is the bride my son needs. Prince Tunde smiled and held Amara's hand tighter. I do not want to be king if it means losing my heart, he said. I want to serve the people. With love by my side. The king looked at him. Then, he stepped back and placed the royal staff in Tunde's hand. If love is your strength, then lead with it. Party popper, the crowd cheered. Multiple musical notes, drums began to beat with joy. Hibiscus flowers were thrown in the air. Prince Tunde and Amara stood side by side. Not just as prince and village girl, but as 2 hearts that chose each other. From that day, the prince didn't only wear a crown. He wore a smile that came from true love. And Amara, she didn't just become a queen. She became a story that mothers told their children at night, that love is stronger than gold. That kindness makes a true king. And that sometimes, the best choice is the one your heart whispers. And that is how the prince chose love over duty and crown. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more stories, and share with someone who believes in love and courage. See you in the next magical tale.